Good evening and welcome back to another episode of The Longing, where today we are going to be continuing to read Thus Spoke Zarathustra, Volume 3. So, let's get going. All that is called evil by the good must come together in order that one truth may be born. O my brethren, are ye also evil enough for this truth? The daring venture, the prolonged distrust, the cruel nay, the tedium, the cutting into the quick, how seldom do these come together. Out of such seed, however, is truth produced. Beside the bad conscience hath hitherto grown all knowledge. Break up, ye discerning ones, the old tables. 8. When the water hath planks, when gangways and railings o'erspan the stream, verily he is not believed who then saith, all is in flux. But even the simpletons contradict him. What, say the simpletons, all in flux? Planks and railings are still over the stream. Over the stream all is stable. All the values of things, the bridges and bearings, all good and evil, these are all stable. Cometh, however, the hard winter, the stream tamer, then learn even the wittiest distrust, and verily not only the simpletons then say, should not everything stand still? Fundamentally standeth everything still. That is an appropriate winter doctrine. Good cheer for an unproductive period, a great comfort for winter sleepers and fireside loungers. Fundamentally standeth everything still, but contrary thereto preacheth the thawing wind. The thawing wind, a bullock which is no ploughing bullock, a furious bullock, a destroyer, which with angry horns breaketh the ice, however, breaketh gangways. O my brethren, is not everything at present in flux? Have not all railings and gangways fallen into the water? Who would still hold on to good and evil? Woe to us, hail to us, the thawing wind bloweth. Thus preach, my brethren, through all the streets. 9. There is an old illusion, it is called good and evil. Around soothsayers and astrologers hath hitherto revolved the orbit of this illusion. Once did one believe in soothsayers and astrologers, and therefore did one believe, everything is fate, thou shalt, for thou must. Then again did one distrust all soothsayers and astrologers, and therefore did one believe, everything is freedom. Thou canst, for thou willst. O my brethren, concerning the stars and the future there hath hitherto been only illusion, and not knowledge, and therefore concerning good and evil there hath hitherto been only illusion, and not knowledge. 10. Thou shalt not rob, thou shalt not slay. Such precepts were once called holy. Before them did one bow the knee and the head, and take off one's shoes. But I ask you, where have there ever been better robbers and slayers in the world than such holy precepts? Is there not even in all life robbing and slaying? And for such precepts to be called holy, was not truth itself thereby slain? Or was it a sermon of death that called holy what contradicted and dissuaded from life? O my brethren, break up for me the old tables. 11. It is my sympathy with all the past that I see it is abandoned to the favour, the spirit and the madness of every generation that cometh, and reinterpreteth all that hath been as its bridge. A great potentate might arise, an artful prodigy, who with approval and disapproval could strain and constrain all the past, until it became for him a bridge, a harbinger, a herald, and a cock-crowing. This, however, is the other danger, and mine other sympathy. He who is of the populace, his thoughts go back to his grandfather. With his grandfather, however, doth time cease. Thus is all the past abandoned, for it might some day happen for the populace to become master, and drown all time in shallow waters. Therefore, O my brethren, a new nobility is needed, which shall be the adversary of all populace and potentate rule, and shall inscribe anew the word noble on new tables. For many noble ones are needed, and many kinds of noble ones. For new nobility, or, as I once said in parable, that is just divinity, that there are gods, but no God. 12. O my brethren, I consecrate you and point you to a new nobility. Ye shall become procreators and cultivators and sowers of the future. Verily, not to a nobility which ye could purchase, like traders, with traders' gold. For little worth is all that hath its price. Let it not be your honour henceforth whence ye come, but whither ye go. Your will and your feet which seek to surpass you, let these be your new honour. Verily, not that ye have served a prince. Of what account are princes now? Nor that ye have become a bulwark to that which standeth, that it may stand more firmly. Not that your family have become courtly at courts, and that ye have learned, gay-coloured like the flamingo, to stand long hours in shallow pools. For ability to stand is a merit in courtiers, and all courtiers believe that unto blessedness after death pertaineth permission to set. Nor even that a spirit called holy led your forefathers into promised lands, which I do not praise. For where the worst of all trees grew, the cross, in that land there is nothing to praise. And verily, wherever this holy spirit led its knights, always in such campaigns did goats and geese, and wry-heads and guy-heads run foremost. O my brethren, not backward shall your nobility gaze, but outward. Exiles shall ye be from all fatherlands and fortherlands. Your children's land shall ye love. Let this love be your new nobility, the undiscovered in the remotest seas. For it do I bid your sails search and search. Unto your children shall ye make amends, for being the children of your fathers. All the past shall ye thus redeem. This new table do I place over you. 13. Why should one live? All is vain. To live, that is to thrash straw. To live, that is to burn oneself and yet not get warm. Such ancient babbling still passeth for wisdom, because it is old, however, and smelleth mustily. Therefore is it the more honoured. Even mould ennobleth. Children might thus speak. They shun the fire, because it hath burnt them. There is much childishness in the old books of wisdom. And he who ever thrasheth straw, why should he be allowed to rail at thrashing? Such a fool one would have to muzzle. Such persons sit down to the table and bring nothing with them, not even good hunger, and then do they rail, all is vain. But to eat and drink well, my brethren, is verily no vain art. Break up for me the tables of the never joyous ones. 14. To the clean are all things clean. Thus say the people. I, however, say unto you, to the swine all things become swinish. Therefore preach the visionaries and bowed heads, whose hearts are also bowed down. The world itself is a filthy monster, for these are all unclean spirits, especially those, however, who have no peace or rest, unless they see the world from the backside, the backworlds men. To those do I say it to the face. Although it sound unpleasantly, the world resembleth man, in that it hath a backside. So much is true. There is in the world much filth. So much is true. But the world itself is not therefore a filthy monster. There is wisdom in the fact that much in the world smelleth badly, loathing itself, creating wings, and fountain divining powers. And with that, we come to the end of the episode, which is quite fortunate, because you may have heard throughout that my voice was starting to go a little. It was getting quite croaky. So, With that said, we are done with this episode for today. So I will say thank you very much for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, or night, no matter what time of day it is. I hope you all have a wonderful one of it. And as always, we will be back tomorrow for more of The Longing. Goodbye.